the Chinese are engaged in a full-court blitzkrieg of stealing American technology, trying to influence our political system. And China is a very serious threat to the United States, geopolitically, economically, militarily, and a threat to the integrity of our institutions, given their ability to influence things.
That was the Attorney General Barr on the threat of China to the US and the rest of the world. So what exactly is going on with China now that the coronavirus is taking up most of the news? Let's dive into it. While the rest of the world is uniting in the fight against the coronavirus, it looks like China is exploiting the paralysis of the world to gain influence and power. Ever since Trump announced that the US would suspend its contributions to the WHO, China has been ramping up their own donations to the WHO to increase its power within the organization. More on that in a video I made just a few days ago up here. So this whole WHO thing, it kind of follows a pattern that China is buying up more and more power with their money. It seems to be a clear strategy from China that whenever the US withdraws from a certain area, China advances. So as soon as China realized that Trump and thereby the US had a conflict with the WHO, they decide to dump these $30 million into the WHO. And have you noticed how when Trump decided to do a trade war with China, his political opponents immediately rushed to the defense of China? Which is a little weird since China is against everything that the Democrats stand for. Well, the reason might be this. This world map from opensecrets.org shows you a list of contributions from countries to American politicians. And oh look, China gave $61 million in the last 3 years to American politicians. 61 million. I'm sure that doesn't influence anything. By the way, thank you for watching this video. If you like the content that I'm making and these kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. I'm a small channel and it really does make a big difference. Thank you. So I think most of us remember the month-long protests in Hong Kong. Well, now new laws are being introduced in Hong Kong that will give the authorities more power to crack down on political protests. So this article from The Guardian reads, "What better time than now? Fears China will use crisis to cement grip on Hong Kong. Recent arrests and posturing signal a turbulent future amid calls from Beijing for national security legislation to be expedited." So this article talks about how the authorities are pushing for new laws that will give them the power to shut down any protest at all. Obviously, since last time, it went a little out of control for the authorities. And to people who think that the Hong Kong protests are kind of over and the Hong Kong protesters kind of won that battle, this is a stark reminder that this issue isn't going away. Just last weekend, Martin Lee, who was one of the leaders of the protest and the founder of the Democratic Party in Hong Kong, an 81-year-old man was arrested. He was put in jail and put in there with 7,000 other protesters who are still in jail. And China isn't just gathering power through finance and suppression, they're also advancing militarily in the South China Sea. So there's been a long-standing feud between China and pretty much most of the other nations in the South China Sea. And now obviously the US is involved too. In terms of the US, most recently when Trump decided to send over aircraft carriers to prevent a potential war between North Korea and the US and South Korea. But recently, tensions have increased with both military aircrafts and ships coming closer to confrontations with the China forces. Luckily, until now, nothing concrete has happened, except for minor conflicts. But one thing's for sure, China won't stop trying to take over, slowly but surely. So what do you think? Leave a comment below with your thoughts and I'll be sure to reply. Thank you for watching and have a great day.